Okay, well, it's time to tell you my plan. The goal is $1 million in 2022. This goes back to the phrase, what got you here won't necessarily get you there. So for me, that means keeping what is working, but adding more. So I've spent years coaching people online. I put out courses. I've got a membership site that I really like, and I've done one on one coaching. And my favorite teaching method by far is, drum roll please, boot camps. So I've been running online boot camps successfully for a long, long time. I've pulled in a lot of money doing them. They have a few things that make them great for me. Number one, they're a fixed period of time, typically about 4 weeks long, plus a week for promotion if you're using an existing audience. So, I mean, like 5 weeks total. It could be a little bit longer if you're starting from scratch, but they work really, really well because after that 4, 5 weeks, the promotion plus the actual running of it, you're done. So you can rest, so you can take a break. I know online people want to go, 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 go and never stop, but that's not healthy and it's not sustainable long term. So I found that this method of actually running something and then taking like a couple weeks to just decompress and then running something, it works a little bit better for me. So the second thing is these boot camps, they get people motivated like crazy. They're live, so people love them. It offers them the most up to date possible methods, and that means that people are motivated. That means they're going to get better results. It also means that, like, as soon as a course is put out there, it's basically outdated online, depending on the topic. But 9 times out of 10, especially in my world of like print on demand and teaching people how to sell necklaces and jewelry and stuff like that. Uh, as soon as I put something out there, the algorithm on Facebook might change or the algorithm on TikTok might change. So that doesn't help. The third thing is you, because you deliver it live, there's no spending months creating course videos. So if you're going to put a course out there, you got to spend a lot of time. Like you got to put together 50 or 60 videos ahead of time before you even know if this thing is going to work or not. That's a huge risk of time and money. So I just wouldn't do that at all. So I sell it first and then I deliver it live, which means there's far, far less work involved in my part versus course creation. So the fourth thing about this is you can charge a premium for these because they are live. I basically started out my first boot camp at $497. Then I was like, well, that works. So let's bump it up to $997. Then I was like, well, that worked. So let's bump it up to $1997. And I was like, that works. So let's bump it up to $29.97. So like it works well because when you're live, people value it more. When there's a fixed time frame with a start and an end point, people value it more and they will take more action. It just overall, this whole way of doing it works really, really well. Now you might say, well, who's going to pay like $2,000 for a boot camp? I mean, if I look at my life right now and my just my cable bill alone, for I use Rogers. I have my cable, my TV, and 3 cell phones with Rogers, and my bill is over $500 a month. So 4 months of Rogers bills would pay for one boot camp if I were a student trying to take it or a customer. So I look at that as, if I invest this money, am I going to get more back? And the answer is yes. So with these boot camps, that's the whole point. The point is to make more than you put in, right? That's the point of anything if you're going to invest. The fifth thing that I really like, really, really, really like about my boot camps is you don't need a phone call to sell them. So I know that typically online, phone sales work really, really well for like high ticket items, which is, to me, high ticket is like, I don't know, 2,000 plus, $3,000 plus. If it costs that much, you're going to have to get on the phone with somebody to speak to them. But you do not need to speak to people to put them into a boot camp for $2,000. And I'm not just saying that theoretically. I am saying this because I've done this multiple times and it works very, very well. What that does is it makes it easier to scale on your part because you do not have to get on the phone. And when you don't have to get on the phone, you just eliminated a massive bottleneck in your business. That's why I love these. It's selling, basically, I call it like the low end of a high ticket thing at $2,000. But having no phone call is just awesome for me. I don't mind going on the phone, but I don't really like it. Okay, so now you know why I like them so much, right? So let's deliver the plan for 2022. And I thought about this a lot, but I figured the product that I'm going to put out there that's going to get me to my 7-figure goal is my bootcamp. So it's a boot camp on how to run boot camps. I'll be teaching basically coaches, consultants, course creators, experts in their fields how to successfully run online boot camps for massive profit. So a couple of things I really needed to figure out. That was like traffic, websites, products, funnels, math, team, and goals. And basically, I stole this from Sam Ovens. If you don't know who Sam Ovens is, just Google him. The dude's like the guru of consultants out there. I'm also in his up level program. So I got an email the other day. He was showing these 7 points. So let's break them down for you. So traffic wise, you need people to come into your boot camp. So for me, I'm going to be using YouTube. And it's like I'm on here right now, right? YouTube organic and YouTube ads. Then I'm going to add in emails because email is the most powerful, long-standing possible way to get people into anything. And then I might do a podcast, which is pretty much going to be taking my YouTube videos and just converting them to an MP3 and uploading them. There's going to be 0 Facebook ads involved, basically because they restricted my profile about a year ago, and I hate them now. So I won't be using Facebook ads at all. So the second aspect is websites. I'm going to be using 2 websites for this, ppc-coach.com. That's my baby. That's been around forever, since like 2007. I'll probably host it on there. But I'll also be using my personal domain, willhaimerl.com. I've also bought the domain bootcamp.com. I bought it. I don't know if I'm going to use it, just because I don't really want to transfer all my assets over to another site. Plus, there's payment processors that are hooked up to the other sites and all that good stuff. Anyway, product-wise, what I'm going to be doing is the boot camp. So it's a boot camp on how to run boot camps. That's going to be my main product. There might be a mini boot camp in front of that, possibly. There might be a mastermind, which is going to be year-long, and it's going to be a lot more expensive than the boot camp was. I'm considering a membership site, like a higher ticket membership site, like $297 a month for this, possibly. But I want to really keep things simple and kind of just go with one product to start. And you should always go with one product to start. So the first thing out of the gate is going to be the boot camp. It's fun to say too. Funnel wise, so what's a funnel? Well, that's how you get people to buy your product. So for me, it's going to be basically email to a webinar to a sale. And I'm going to run this live, and then I may consider turning this into what's called evergreen as well. The second funnel is going to be ads to a webinar to a sale. So the ads are going to be running on YouTube. It's going to be YouTube ads, which I really like. I like them a lot. Anyway, math wise, so let's look at this. So $1 million divided by 1997, that's 501 units that I have to sell. So if I run a boot camp every quarter, that means every quarter I have to get 125 people into a boot camp. Let's assume a very low conversion rate of 1%. That means I need about 12,525 people interested in the webinar, and then 125 will actually join the boot camp. So that's the 12,525 is the leads. So now let's say it costs me $7 per lead. Well, if I take 7 times 12,525, that's 87,675 spent in ads. Revenue wise, if I look at that per boot camp, looking at about 250,000 revenue. The profit on that would be about $162,500 per boot camp, which is just shy of $650,000 profit per year. So my goal is revenue, which is $1 million, but my profit is going to be about $650,000. I can live on that. I'm already living on less. I don't make that much yet, but I'm going to. So those are just a few assumptions. My actual numbers will vary because if you think about it, what happens if I go from a 1% to a 2% conversion rate? I mean, that pretty much doubles my ROI, right? Not doubles, but anyway, it increases it dramatically if I can get twice as many people in doing everything else the same. So the 1% is very conservative, super conservative. In this niche of like coaches, consultants, course creators, all that good stuff, they will spend money because they are making a lot of money back by offering their advice to people in exchange for money, right? Like me, PPC coach. I've been a coach since 2007. Anyway, um, I can also cut the cost dramatically. So these are just the starting points for the math side of it. Now, team wise is point number 6. I'm going to be doing this all alone to start. I'm a lone wolf. I may bring on help later, but for now, I'm just going to handle it all. And I've already been doing this for so long that I have a framework in place that I feel I don't really need any help with it. Like, even on the ad side, I'm really, really good at running ads. I've been running paid traffic for over 14 years now. I know it like actually over 16 years now, because I started in 2005, then I went full time in 2007. Anyway, I've done those for years. I know them like the back of my hand. I have the systems down. I could basically put together a boot camp this afternoon and start promoting it if I wanted. That's how easy it is for me. Now, just because it's easy for me doesn't mean it's easy for somebody else. And I feel that you have to have perfected something. Not perfected, you have to be really good at something before you can teach it. And that's where we're at with these boot camps. So the last part is the goals. So the goal, as I stated, is number one, it is $1 million in revenue in 2022. As well, that is kind of a financial goal. It's not completely out of my control, but I like to set goals on things that you can control as well, which is activity and taking action. So from an activity point of view, I'll be doing one YouTube video per week minimum. I'm also going to be building up an email list, and I'm going to email them at least once a week. So that's kind of just something that I know I can tackle, and it's going to help me get to my big financial goal. So next year is when I'll probably start planning that mastermind, which will go for probably, I don't know, 10,000 or 20,000 for the year. So if I get 100 people in a mastermind at $10,000 each, that's $1 million right there. That just doubled my business just by adding a mastermind and bringing in 100 people out of the like 500 or so that went through my boot camp already. I think those are achievable numbers. I've seen boot camps like Sam Ovens, or boot camps, masterminds like Sam Ovens, where he charges 36,000 per year for his mastermind. Now, I mean, the dude knows his stuff. He's awesome. I'm not in it yet, but I mean, once I make it $1 million a year, I'll probably join it, because why not? If you can network with a bunch of people who speak your language, know what you're going through, and can help accelerate your business, why wouldn't you, right? I mean, plus it's a tax write-off, so that's always a good thing. Same with these boot camps. When people buy them, they're educating themselves for their business. That's a tax write-off. So I'm going to be keeping the fifth goal is kind of, I'm going to keep things lean and mean. I don't need to earn $10 million in a year to be happy. And in fact, what I've learned throughout my life, I grew up very, very poor. I've learned that money does not buy happiness. Money eliminates some problems in your life, but happiness comes from yourself. And it basically comes from loving yourself and just saying that I deserve this and I'm worth it and I'm a good person. That, like, true happiness starts with you. It doesn't matter how much money you make. There are people who are dirt poor that are happier than people who are millionaires out there. So I know that, I've gone through periods where I've made a boatload of money. I've gone through periods where I've done okay. I've gone through periods early in life where I made nothing, like like scraping by. Like, I remember being in college and waiting for my student loan to come in, and we went in September, and it didn't come in till November. And in that 2-month period, looking back, I don't know how I survived, honestly. Like, I had no money at all. And now, fast forward to today, I'm doing pretty good. I got a nice family, got a nice house. I'm comfortable. Things are going well. But I just have this goal out there that's like $1 million. It's not 10 million. I've seen guys online who go for the biggest possible goal they can, like 10 million. Now, okay, I did 10 million last year. I got to do 20 this year. I'm not going to be happy. Yeah, that's bull to me. It's just BS. No, I'm not going to do that. So I'm quite happy with my goals where they are and keeping things lean and mean. I don't need to build a big team. I don't want a big team because I don't want the drama that comes along with it. Just a little side note on that too. In the past, I did build a big team. I started up a CPA network a couple of years ago, several years ago, and I had, I think we got up to like 8 customer or account managers. I had my father-in-law who was like the sales manager. I had a buddy of mine in Florida who was like in charge of like getting all the offers, and I was like the CEO. So there's a whole bunch of us in this business, and like I hated it. Like we had a meeting every Monday just to get everybody on the same page. I couldn't stand it. I was like, ugh, what am I doing? Like, so I mean, there's 2 deals that went raw with that cost me like 6 figures out of my pocket. But that's not the reason I closed it down. I closed it down because I wasn't happy. I find I'm not happy in a big team. I don't need a big team. I don't need a bunch of people kissing my butt at all. So I'm happier when I'm working on my own. So I'm going to keep it lean and mean. Anyway, let us recap everything. So here's the thing. Boot camps online are powerful tools to teach. Coaches, consultants, and course creators can run them profitably. If they have a list, man, they're going to have a huge start. If they don't have a list, I can show them how to build one too. They allow you to sell first, then deliver, which is huge. Because can you imagine spending all that time on a course and nobody buys it? That would suck. I wouldn't want to do that. They also allow you to charge a premium since they're live. And I'll tell you right now, I have my boot camp, which is like $2,000 for 4 weeks, right? I also have a membership site, which it was at $49.99. So I don't know why I can't round up, but $50 a month. The amount of time that I would spend in the membership site at $50 a month versus the boot camp at $2,000 was so different. And the amount of demands that the people who paid very little had on me are so high compared to the people who invest a lot of money. I don't want to say they're better customers. They're just, maybe they're more motivated because they have more skin in the game. So when somebody pays you a premium for your services, 9 times out of 10, they're going to be a better customer, and better in the way that they're going to be less work for you. They're going to be less headache. They're going to be no drama. Whereas like somebody who pays you $50 a month, they might be the worst customer ever. Like they might text you at 3 in the morning or send a message or an email and be like, why aren't you responding? I have these 45 questions in this 75 chapter email that I just did, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, really, dude? Like, come on. Anyway, my goal is achievable. It's very achievable. I am going to do this. So I'm telling you right now, I'm going to do this. Stay tuned for the updates and the lessons learned along the way. I can't wait to get started. This is going to be fun. So if you like this video, hit the like button just to feed the old YouTube algorithm. Subscribe and stay tuned for my journey, because a year from today, I'm going to be sitting here shooting another video. I might be in my truck again. I don't know. It seems to be the only quiet place I have, explaining that here's how I hit my goal. So you know what my goal is. I'm now accountable to you. I'm accountable to me. Let's go out there and let's do it. Have a good day.